Wow, this sounds like shit. Hatuli, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate that. Back. Got the ThinkPad all hooked up here. Let's go ahead and power this sucker up and do the thing. Do the thing. Just do it. Go ahead. Go ahead and eat some bread. Come on, ThinkPad. I wear sunglasses when I work in the ThinkPad. Because I can. Alright, let's see. It's these 15 o'clock. Just idiotic, but what can you do? Can you do? Just a bunch of dumb, silly, stupid people decided to tell time in 24 hours instead of 12, and now we're forced to abide by it. Nothing can be done. Not a single thing. Come on, ThinkPad, you're almost there. There we go.
Pong, ding, 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 ding. Welcome to Windows 98. Why are you still using Windows 98? What is wrong with you? Stop buying computers from thrift stores, man!
Alright. So, right back into this. Cat's in the window fucking up my blinds. Being a little shit. Thinks I won't do nothing, and he's right. So last we left off, we were basically pretty much at the end of this shit. Like, we needed a little more code to actually end the stage, the boss fight, whatever, and go to the next part. And, in fact, let's pull up the document. So, we need to figure out a solution for AI voices now that Uberduck is dead. Thanks a lot, California voice actors. I still need to make the music for the boss fight. And right now we need to just wrap up the code for Wolverine fight. But to be honest, we're gonna save. I guess I want to save. I pressed Control S. To be honest, I want to save that for later. Let's start on the next stage. Let's start on the next stage. So, give me some suggestions. We need a character for stage 4. Who is going to be the main character of stage 4? Give me suggestions. Come on, hit me. Anything. Give me stuff. For some reason, some of you want Chris Boars and Sonic. I don't know why. Werehog Sonic. I don't think we want Werehog Sonic. We already have regular Sonic in the Goku stage. Game Boy Color Lara. A possibility. Yeah, I see 2 for Lara. 2 for Lara. 2.5 for Chris Boars. 1 for Todd. Another one for Ronnie. Another one for Laura. Werehog Chris Boars. Right now it's between Lara Croft and the Irate Gamer. Let's do a poll. Alright, so right now it's between Lara Croft and Tomb Raider. Does anyone else have suggestions? Throw shit out here. We need a character. You know what I meant. Right now it's between Lara Croft and the Irate Gamer. Mario with a gun. Have Laura fight the Irate Gamer. Why would Laura have a beef with the Irate Gamer, though? Glasses are all smudgy. I don't know who did this, but I wish they wouldn't. He wants to exorcise the ghosts from all the tombs. That. Fuck! Okay, so here's the thing. If we did Lara Croft, if we did the Tomb Raider, Chris Boars teaming up with Mystery Inc., I kind of like that. If we did Tomb Raider, the movement would have to be drastically simplified because of not wanting to get into the mess we got into Spider-Man with. I think what other options we have here. Chris Boars point and click. I kind of like that idea. I kind of like the idea, but I'm also sitting here thinking, like, I don't really know if I want to have Chris Boars be a player. Like, here's the thing: we already have him as an enemy. Like, he's already an enemy here. You know?
Chicken.
In the Gex stage.
Chicken. Chicken.
So I don't know if we should double dip with his character.
Are we mad because we're bald?
So I kind of like the idea of a point and click. I kind of like the idea of a point and click. But we can't do a Laura point and click. Laura has to climb stuff and shoot things and do jumps. Ronnie, Putt, point and click. Guys are ridiculous. Okay. Or I can drink Lucozade as a health item. That would be really good. Okay, okay. If we do Laura wouldn't be in a point and click because that doesn't make sense. I kind of do want to try to do a point and click. I don't know. We don't necessarily have to do a point and click for this stage, you know? It's not a requirement. Okay, let me start putting this into existence. Hold on. Start kind of logging our ideas here. Laura Croft. How do you spell her dumb name? Laura Croft. Slimy, shooty, jumpy. Mystery character. Point and click. Scroll up and see what other things been suggested. See, point and click. So there's another. I'm outside of the whole issue. We don't have a good character for a point and click. I'm thinking about the logic and how it would work. So the biggest issue that Click and Play has is passing data in between different frames. Right now, what we're doing, pass along some data in between the frames, is we're making use of the player 2 object to store live data, score data, because those are the two pieces of data we can pass forward. Make every frame isolated like a mini puzzle. That's possible. I just feel like it's like, you know? So, here's the thing. What is a score? A score is a number. A score is a number. You can do a lot with a number. I don't know what the limit is. Found the limit. Let's see. About 9 digits. Why not make this the Ronnie level? I'm not gonna lie, I don't really want to have Ronnie or Chris Boers be a character in the game. Like a main character. 9 digits. We can store data in those 9 digits. Just trying to think how we would do it. How would we do it? Because we'd have to do some math to encode something in those 9 digits. That's basically what I'm thinking, Warp Track, is we would have to kind of, you know, use them as flags and stuff. I mean, obviously we'd use another player. It's just a thing where I have to, still having it, we have to press it all into a score as data. And that'd be math. And we're kind of limited to addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. And apparently modulus, which is like, really? That does limit a lot of what we can do. Of how we can process the data. I mean, you're right, Warp Track. We should have an idea before we think about implementation. Another possibility for implementation, and this would kind of suck, is to more or less do it all in one frame. And have the background be active objects that we kind of swap out, but that's really not ideal and not how click and play is meant to be used. This would be so much easier if we had global variables.
Holy crap.
We're exiting, yes. I do like that idea, Shenko. We'll keep it in mind. You know what does have global variables? The very next iteration of Klik Team Software, the Games Factory. But of course, we're not using that, so... So far, out of the ideas suggested, the only one that as much as I want to have one of the stages be a click and play, I feel like the restrictions of the of passing data from frame to frame are just too restricting. You know? It just feels like it's too restricting. Yeah, exactly, robotic vacuum. I would have to limit the number of items, not just the number of items. Anything that I want to let the player change and stay changed as they transition from room to room. Like, if I want a door to open and stay open, then I would have to keep track of that in that score we're passing back and forth. If I want a character to move from one location to another, I would have to keep track of that in the score we're passing back and forth. Man. Sometimes I sit here and I think that if we had done this in the Games Factory, our options would be so much more open, but at the same time, those additional options... I feel like the limitations, for the most part, other than the Spider-Man stage, the limitations have so far been helping us. The limitations have severely fucked us in the Spider-Man stage that I insisted on doing this way, which is I still regret, but outside of that, it's been good. And here's the thing. When you really think about it, point and clicks aren't really that complicated. Oops. The only thing that's making it complicated in this specific scenario is passing data back and forth. That's the main issue with it. So I think we have to put the point and click idea away, because I really don't think we're going to be able to get it done without pulling our hair out. Let me write your idea down, Shingo, because I do like it. How hard would it be to make a text adventure? Basically impossible. Okay, maybe we should try Jimmy Hopkins beat him up. That's a decent idea. What about a shmup? A possibility. Maybe we should try experimenting with one of the ideas and see if we like it. Like, see if we can't do the basics of kind of a Lara Croft kind of thing, and see if we like where it's going. Hold on. I have a 3-level buffer in between all these stages. What are they again? Placeholder tally. Placeholder special stage. I think cutscene. Yep, that makes sense. Okay. Placeholder level 3 tally. Level 3. Is there a shmup section? There's not. We don't have a shmup yet. Let me write down. Let me write down your idea here. Jimmy Hopkins beat him up. Written down. Whoever's idea it was, let me get it written down. Okay, so let's check real quick in terms of some graphics. Not have it here? Wow, that is not loading at all, is it? Come on. The internet broken? Do I have it hooked up incorrectly? Let's see what happened. So, the internet to my ThinkPad, I have it routed through a little mini router that throws it through a VPN. Because Google, in their infinite love of being evil, insists on plastering your location front and center every time you use it. So that's great. And the mini router I have, rather than having it plugged into the wall, I have it plugged into a power bank. That power bank's probably just fucking drained. That's the problem. Damn it. Alright, let me plug this into the wall, I guess. In the way of literally everything. Okay, now we have power to it, although I'm pretty sure Windows 98 doesn't support hot swapping. This sort of thing, so we're probably gonna have to restart to get internet. Unless it just comes up now. Yeah, it's not gonna. Okay, let's restart the computer. Save this. And get this sucker a restart.
Goodbye, stupid. We've had a lot of fun on your crappy computer. Please don't ever come back.
Ah, God damn.
Welcome to Windows 98. Why are you still using Windows 98? What is wrong with you? Stop buying computers from thrift stores, man!
There we go. Alright. I'll just have to recharge my power bank later. Try again, buddy. Try again. Oh, come on. We just had internet! What's it doing?
Oh.
There you go. Shit! Ridiculous. Okay. Clearly we should make a stage about tech deck skateboarding instead. Clearly we should make a game about Thomas and Friends instead. Clearly we should make a game about Tiger Woods instead. Alright. Look at that beautiful sprite work. It looks horrible. Oh, Lord. Boy. Oh, she looks like absolute shit. Let's see. This is like climbing, crouching, falling down, jumping. Jumping funny, jumping funnier. Hanging, rolling, shooting. Dang, what's the other game have? You know what I don't understand, and I've seen this a lot recently on the Spriters resource, is a huge just fuck chunk of games, especially Game Boy games, where the only thing they have uploaded are like the error screen and the title screen. And it's like, at that point, why even accept the submission? Who the fuck wants, like, the Tomb Raider Curse of the Sword title screen? Who's gonna use that? Nobody. Nobody needs that. This page should not exist. What's somebody going to do with the Tomb Raider Curse of the Sword error screen? This isn't a sprite, it's text. Why is this here? Laura Game Boy Advance games. So I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure the Laura Game Boy Advance games are like isometric. Which I don't think is going to cut it. Don't worry, she's not pregnant. I checked. Clearly we should make a game about That's So Raven instead. This looks like a... This almost looks like a a bootleg. Like, what the fuck are these? That's terrifying. Oh, this one's not isometric. I mean, I don't know why she's dressed like she's wearing a burlap sack. I mean, it's a pre-rendered sprite, so it is what it is. It's just so brown, though, you know? Like, it's so incredibly brown. What the other game was. I'm pretty sure the other game is going to be isometric. Once again, why do this? Who's going to come here for the Eidos logo for a Game Boy Advance? Why would anyone want this? Nobody wants this! Why is this wasting space on this website? 636 people looked at it and they're all disappointed. Just make a stage where we play as logos. Like, look at this. Recently uploaded sheets. Start screens. Error message. Logo. Game Boy error message. Who wants this? When am I going to ever need the Power Spike Pro Beach Volleyball error screen in anything I'm doing? We're just gonna have to get, like, weird alien-looking Laura here. You don't like this Laura? What? There are no other Lauras! She looks freaky. It's either this or brown Donkey Kong Country Laura. Like, those are the only choices we got.
Holy crap.
Also, I don't understand the organization of this sheet. Why is climbing a ladder the first sprite? Alright, let's get a Laura. Good old 35%. Okay, there we go. Put down some floor first so we have something to work with. Okay. centered. Alright, give us a quick movement. Platform, make this super simple, or try to at least. We wanted to instantly accelerate and decelerate. The way around. Bit too fast, slow it down. Better. Florida tank controls. Don't think that works in a side scroller. Okay. Simple little Laura here. Make her jump a bit higher than that, but you know. We're doing creepypasta themed stage, whatever you guys decide on. Alright, let's see about some basic shit here. Like, great how she just fucking gyrates. A few control animations here. So we kind of have something to work with. Alright, let's do something like this. So, I want to try something here. If the Laura player is overlapping, active. Give it a damn name. Oh, I did, but I forgot. Grab point. Alright. So, if this is overlapping a grab point by RoboFusion. Thanks for joining us. Animation is falling, and Y coordinate of the controller is greater than the Y coordinate grab point. You do tower defense and click and play very easily. Let's see. Something I can see. So, when that's happening, animation change to grab. Set position to here. Down a bit. Okay, hold on. So this is kind of work in progress. I just want to kind of do a quick experiment with how this would work. Okay, okay. Animation is playing grab. And pressed up. Change the animation. Restore the animation sequence. Change the position. Wait, one more thing. Grab is playing. Move top. Overlapping. That way it knows to interact with that one. Okay, so. Position. Not you, this one. Position. Position. Go to this fucker. Put you up here some. Alright, see how this works. Oh, she climbed up. Climbs a little high. Let's adjust it a little bit. $30 might be too close, but we'll try it. $30 seems okay. Only thing I don't really like is we have to manually place these grab points, but without being able to detect if something is actively overlapping. If an active without being able to actively detect if an active object is overlapping a background, it would be a little too difficult to do otherwise. Set up a few of these and see how it works. Interesting. Why is it not working? Oh! The animation didn't get restored. Hold on. Let me look again with my eyes. Hold on. I think I know what's happening. The animation... She's changing to the animation. She's not getting stuck in the wall because this isn't inserted into the wall the same way. So we actually have to pop some code in here to make her stay still when she's grabbing. So if animation is playing grab, then... How do we stop her? It's difficult to actually fucking stop a built-in player object in click-and-play games. Like, it doesn't want you to do it. Let me try something. I could use alterable values for this, but let me just set up some objects. No, let me not use a counter. Let me just use an object and use its 2 values. Might bother drawing anything, just make something. It doesn't matter. This is going to be used for tracking. I don't know what I just drew. Don't worry about it. Okay. Grab helper. Okay, blah blah blah, and then set value A2. X coordinate. How far down? 25. Okay, set value B. Y coordinate plus 25. Grab is playing, stop, and position. Set X to A. Set Y to value B. Alright. Let's see if that worked. Little fucky. But we can work with this. We can improve this. I do believe we can improve this. Let me try something. So if Laura player collides with background and stop is playing, stop. Just trying to copy it. I know I can't do that. Laura collides with background and jumping is playing. Thing. Background. Falling is playing, same thing. But not when grabbing is playing. In fact, let's delete the stop from here as well. Just kind of want her to be free to phase through things when grab is playing. But let's try this, see if it makes a difference. Fascinating. She droops. What's happening right now is that gravity is applying to her, so she's trying to be positioned in the spot I want her to be. But gravity is kind of pulling her down. Despite the fact that we're positioning her, you know, wherever. And we really can't change the effect of gravity. And click and play. Very annoying. I mean, I guess I could just raise her higher? Let's try it. Like, Jesus. Or not to, but let's just try it. That's closer. Let's shave off another few pixels here. So, if you just press up, you end up there. Oh god, what's happening? What? What the fuck? That is weird. Does that happen right off the bat? Does it think that the standing animation is not playing? Does it consider that a different animation? Okay, what if I do this as a test? Let's give it a walking animation. And add in one more event here for walking. That's weird. I guess technically it was doing a walking animation even though it doesn't have a walking animation. Okay, I mean that's kind of working. Like I said, it's still annoying to have to manually place those grab points, but it's better than having to spaghetti code through Click and Play to make it automatic. What speed is she moving at? Can I get her current speed? Like, can I extract it? Hold on. We can get her current speed. Okay, let's do this. Let's set up a debug value so we can kind of look at what her speed is. $19. That's awkward. Wouldn't have been 20? It doesn't. Okay, so 19 is her walking speed. So let's try this. Okay, we have to think about this. We need her to be able to... We need her to be able to run, right? For, like, longer jumps. The problem is, within the limits of Click and Play, we have two buttons. One of them is already being used for jumping. So the other one would logically get used for shooting. So we can't use either of those for running. We could try to do the double tap to run thing. Know why I'm bothering with this. It doesn't matter. Like, it literally doesn't matter. On pressing right. And for now, let me bring run counter over here and make it visible. So that we can kind of debug it while we're working on it. While pressing right, set counter to 5. Every whatever femtoseconds, subtract from counter 1. Why is it that high up? Get down. Take a look. Let's try 7. Seven seems more reasonable. Okay, let's do 7. Okay, if moved right and add a new condition. If run counter equals 0 and moved right, set counter to 7. If run counter is greater than 0 and moved right, let's play a sample as a test. Alright. Damn it. Triggering right after each other. Let's just rearrange them so they can't happen in the same frame like that. Okay. Forward. Double tap. Slightly forward. Slightly slower double tap. That means you want to raise that 7 number up a bit. 7, that counter, this counter, is going to be the sensitivity for how quickly you have to double tap. I think that's reasonable. Does that, we're going to need a run. Maybe we should make it into an active object so we can kind of use more than one variable. Run helper. Okay, and we'll just swap it out a bit. Alterable. I think it says none. Alterable value a 0. Alterable value a equal. Value set to 10. Okay, that should be good for the counter. Every whatever second if value A is greater than 0. Subtract. Now we can get rid of it. Okay, so that should still work. Well, I took away the sound effect, but it'll still work. Okay, so once we trigger the run, what we're going to do is set alterable value B to 1. Okay. So, if alterable value B equals 0, then we're going to set the maximum speed for the player object to 19. If it equals 1, we're going to set the maximum speed. We're going to have to experiment with this. Let's start with 25 and see what we want to do. Okay. Okay, that's a little faster. I don't have any code to make her stop running. Okay, that's important too. And now I'm remembering something else. Click and Play does not support negating a condition. So we can't say if we're not pressing right. That's an issue. Because we need to detect when we're not pressing a direction anymore in order to say stop running. Or we can do this simply. If Laura player animation is playing stopped, which theoretically should only happen when we've stopped or stopped pressing a direction, then we will set alterable value B back to 0. Let's see if that works or if I'm stupid. Just do. This might not work, but let's test it. Okay, regular walking. Run. There we go. Slow it down. Sure, it'd be nice if you could rename these alterable values, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be nice? You see, we can continue running left and right after we've started running. Oh, and now we stopped. Okay. I almost kind of feel like 19 is too fast now for the walking speed if the running speed is 25. Hold on, let me see something. Let's try like 17, see if 17 is bad. I feel like we could do even slower. Let's try like 15. Let's try 12. Ooh, 12 is a little painful. I think we have to do a bit faster than 12. Or do we? It doesn't feel that bad now that I've gone left and right a bit. And then we run. Do 15. What about 14? Let's do 14. Alright. Right now we can only run to the... We can only activate running by tapping to the right. Let's do it backwards so we can do to the left as well. Okay. Should be pretty simple. If alterable value A is less than 0 and player move left, then we will set the 1. Alterable value A equals 0 and player move left. Set it to -10. This order okay? We'll have to experiment with it. And then we need an event to count the alterable value A back upward if it's in the other direction. Less than 0. Cool. Add. Okay, this might not work, but let's check. Run. 15, run. I think it's working. I think that's working. still kind of want to make her slower, but... Does this still work? Yep. I feel like... kind of want to make her long jumps kind of rickety. I don't know how to even describe that. Like, I want to make the long jumps kind of thing where you commit and it's hard to uncommit from it. I don't want to get in over my head. Oh, another thing. When you climb up from grabbing, let's also make sure the speed gets reset to 0, the walking speed. The speed is 0. You can't just grab and immediately run from a grab. I'm actually running Windows, not even... No, this is a ThinkPad. This is a ThinkPad T22. Run, grab, bam, we're walking again. Good, 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 good. Okay, there we go. That I like. I do like that. That is some good shit right there. Okay, so here's my idea. Your normal standstill jump, I think, is fine to just be a standard click and play jump. Here's my thought. When you're in running mode and you press jump, what I kind of want to happen is I want you to jump forward, and I want it to not let you turn back or slow down or stop the jump. There's a few problems with that. Is that if we disable control of the player, it's going to act like we just stopped holding forward, and Laura's going to drop like a rock. Now, we could forcibly push Laura forward using using event code, but that will also potentially push her through a wall if we're not careful. I extend this downward a bit so I can test something here. Wall. Regular wall. Right now, it works beautifully. She hits the wall. She stops. Okay, so let's see. Let's play with it a little bit. So, if algebra value b of the run helper equals 1, which means she's running, and which animation is playing, and jumping is playing, I'm worried that this might no, I'm thinking of something else. Okay. Jumping is playing. Let's try to grab a direction. I'm not sure if it's going to work without putting animation directions in, but we'll figure it out. We're facing left. No, now here's the problem. Here's the problem with this. So click and play. And I'm going to show you through an actual proper example here so you can see what the fuck I'm talking about. We do have a problem with the way I'm thinking of doing this. Damn it. Okay, we have an arrow. We have an arrow. Let's give it a bunch of directions. Okay. Here is a little test arrow. we're going to always set this arrow to the direction of the player object. So, direction, select direction. Our current direction. Alright, so that arrow is always going to point in the direction that Laura is moving. Moving to the right, moving to the left. Seems extremely straightforward, right? Look what happens when we jump. Keep an eye on that arrow. See that? Okay, it's a little hard to tell because of the way I did that arrow, so let me fix this up. Let me show you what's happening. I'm going to give this arrow a tip. Go. Okay, arrow has a tip. The red tip is the direction we're facing. So, watch what happens when we jump. You see that? See how it suddenly does like a curve? So for some reason, the way that the built-in platforming engine in Click and Play works is rather than just keeping you facing a left or right direction and just raising and lowering you, it straight up points you in the direction of the arc of your jump. Which is like... what's the word I'm looking for? Stupid? I guess. Because for all intents and purposes, when I'm moving to the right and jumping, I'm facing the right. You know? Not facing the left, I'm facing the right. So that makes it so if you try to detect a direction while you're jumping, that makes it kind of not work. Let's think. No more. Okay, so let's see. Could probably detect the range of directions, but I don't want to. Try to do this a different way. Player moved right, and player moved left. Direction. Right, let's change the direction of the Laura sprite. And maybe we can use the Laura sprite's direction to control the actual direction that we're doing. Let me move these up just in case we want them to be more, you know. We want these to be processed earlier, just in case. Okay, so let's see if that works. Okay, seems to be working. You see what I just did? If I hold right and I press left at the same time, he turns around. Oh, Lord. Keep it cool feature. I mean, theoretically, if we wanted to walk back... Laura can walk backwards in Tomb Raider. So maybe that's not so weird. That's not that, you know, silly. Now, I do want to make it so she can't run backwards, though. So running backwards seems ridiculous. Let's try this. So, if we're running... Oh, no, skip back a second. What triggers the run? It's these. Let's say we moved left. So on the trigger event, if we moved in that direction and... Well, no. I'm thinking incorrectly. I'm trying to prevent him from... The problem isn't starting running backwards. The problem is turning around while you're running. So we have to detect if we're running and we're suddenly facing a different direction. Then we'll stop it. Make walking backwards slower possible. Not a bad idea. Let's first try to prevent you from doing it in the first place, though. Real quick. This event I didn't do anything with. Let's cannibalize it. Okay, so if we're running... If our control unit is playing the walking animation, which means we're walking, Yeah, epic fail, guys. So this application is ancient, but this is basically how... This is a 1994 application, so it is a little archaic. But this is basically how, if you go on Steam and you look up Klik Team Fusion, this is basically the same thing, just evolved. The only reason I'm using this is this is a 1994 version of Klik Team Fusion. The only reason I'm using this is because when I was a kid, I used this, and I figured it out. That's the only reason I'm using it now. It's because I learned it when I was young. Nowadays, if you're trying to get into gaming, I would not... If you're trying to get into game dev, I would not recommend Klik Team Fusion. Do not get into Klik Team Fusion. Just go straight for the Unity or whatever that you can actually use for real shit. Klik Team Fusion is... Okay, so... If running and if walking. If... we are facing, if the player is facing right, but the sprite is in a different direction, we will stop the run. And let's do vice versa as well. Oops, shit. Yeah, I know what you mean, Spooky. The annoying fucking thing about Unity is there is no real 2D in it. Every 2D game made in Unity is actually technically a 3D game, which is absurd. I don't know what to recommend, though. Okay, let's see. Can we still run? Yep. Okay, now we're going to try to run and then turn around. Nope, didn't trigger. Wonder why. We're running. Walking is playing. Doesn't Unreal have solid visual programming? I don't know. I've never considered Unreal because I always assumed it had... I always assumed it would have bullshit licensing fees. So I've never even bothered considering it. I'm not sure why these events aren't kicking off. Maybe it's being overwritten. Let me have it play a sound. No sound. Okay, so that event's just not kicking off at all. Do it a different way. Rather than detecting if Laura is facing to the left, we can just detect if we're pressing left. See if that makes it any different. Oh, that worked. We slowed down. Nice. I kind of want to try implementing the slower backwards walking speed that Warp Track recommended. Wonder how hard that would be to do, though. Is Godot good for 2D stuff? I've heard that Godot is good for that kind of thing. I've never really experimented with a lot of that, though. Okay, let's try this. If walking is playing, we're facing a direction, and we move in the other way. Let's set alterable value B to... Well, hold on. Okay, let's set up another speed first, so... It's up here. It's to -1. It equals -1. Let's set the max speed to, like... 7, which is like half. So, walking is playing. Facing the right, we moved left. Let's set it to -1. Do the same for the other direction. And then we'll modify our other 2 events because they should have the same result. Alright, let's see if this works. Ooh. There we go. Yeah! 7 might be too low. We might want to do a little higher, but yeah, no, that worked. That was surprisingly easy. And jumping, of course, kicks you out of the issue. Makes you jump to the left regardless. Is this Crisis? No, we voted on Tomb Raider. Nobody suggested we do a Crisis stage, unfortunately. Okay. Let's try a little fast. Let's see what 9. Let's see what 9 does. 7 feels a little too slow. Nine feels too fast. Maybe 8? Eight seems alright. I'm really surprised that we accidentally implemented walking backwards. Like, we had no intention to implement that right now, and it just happened. Like, I was trying to start implementing a long jump mechanic, and instead we implemented walking backwards. Oh, boy. Oh, pretty cool. Alright, let me have another crack at that long jump I was talking about. Man. Gamers, I had Taco Bell for breakfast and starting to do battle with my butthole. Let's hope I win. So if we're running... Condition. If jump is playing... Then we want to detect the direction. So if we're running, jumping is playing, and we'll use the Laura sprite for the direction. We'll do left. We're going to experiment with left since we have a barrier on the left there. Okay, so if we're running, we're jumping, and we're facing left. We're going to... disable control. And we're going to try to push him forward, but I'm really worried that that's not going to work. But we'll give it a shot. Alright, so. And one more for the falling animation. So right now, if we do this, we're not going to get control back after the jump, but let's just test. So a regular jump should be fine. Yes, now let's try running jump. That didn't work. It didn't trigger. Okay, what did I do wrong? I probably did something stupid. Hold on. Laura's sprite is facing a direction. Just kind of remembered that we tried to do something similar up here with a direction, and detect her direction when we were doing this up here to make her walk backwards, and it didn't work either. This could be a weird bug with the direction system. This doesn't matter because the direction's getting changed during gameplay. There's only the two directions. It really should be kicking off. Don't understand why it's not. Oops, what did I do that for? Let's bring back our debug arrow. I want to see what direction Laura thinks she's facing. Do this the right way. So what direction does Laura think she's going in? Because I have a feeling it might not be the one that she's supposed to be. I think she's facing down. Hold on, did I do that wrong? That direction to the direction of Laura. Wow, yeah, so I basically just... Something's wrong with the direction, huh? Interesting. Very interesting. I just think she's facing down. This is the initial direction, but it doesn't matter. She's already static, that just shouldn't matter. She has two directions she can look at. And we know her animation direction is actually changing, because we can see her look left and look right. So why does it think she's looking down? That is so interesting. Okay, I want to try something here. I'm going to save. I'm going to save the game. Goes out of Click and Play. I want to open it in the Games Factory to see if the behavior is the same. Because if it's different, then that means this is a bug that Click Team patched. Let's check. Oh, computer's lagging a bit. Hold on. Let's see. Is this a bug? It might not be a bug, because the behavior is the same here. Interesting. Why, though? Why? Is it because she's a static object? I mean, that shouldn't really matter. You should be able to change the direction animation. Direction of the Laura spring. One interesting thing is when we're pulling the data out of her, we can get under the animation current direction value. But when we're setting her direction... Get out of here. Well, it is also the animation direction. What the fuck? Maybe it's because she's static and it's just a weird bug with these early versions. Okay, let me try something. I'm gonna make her into a bouncing ball. An 8-directional bouncing ball. Same starting direction. No speed. Max deceleration. No random. Max security. And not moving at start. Still? Wait, really? Okay, let her move at start and give her some speed. What? Okay, we're good. This is so weird. Now it says set direction instead of set animation direction. So let's screw with this a bit. Now it's working. So something of it being a static object is fucking with shit. I want to try something. Change her back to a static. I want to see if the bug persists or it goes away. The events are still there. Let's see what happens. It's some weird arbitrary bullshit. Yep. See, the jump even worked. Huh. So I bet we can even go down to our backwards walking code. And replace these moved lefts, but let's leave those for now. Let's not fuck with it. Okay. I want to test the long jump to see if we go through the wall. Because I have a hunch we're about to go through this wall. Wow, we didn't. I'm genuinely surprised. That is too far of a jump, though. We do want to reduce the speed a bit. Or 6 instead of 8. How far does that go? Okay. Let me make it so we can stop the jump, because that's also important. When we collide with the backdrop, let's always... I might regret doing it this way. Are we going to make this level where Laura has to commit to her jumps? I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay. So these collide with backgrounds. Let's make it so these restore your control. We might have to change this later, but for now, let's do it this way. Restore. So why is this one still? More control. I have a feeling that the animation isn't being restored. You collide with the background and falling is playing. Let's try to restore your animations. No. I need to see what's going on with the actual sprite. Let's make Laura's... I need to see what's going on with the player object. Let's make Laura's sprite invisible. Jump, fall, jump, fall. Jump, fall. Then she stopped. So she stopped now. She's not playing the falling animation anymore. Why didn't the control get restored? It's only happening... Okay. It's only happening when you collide with the background. So something must be re-fucking it. Try this a different way then. Good way to do this. One issue I just thought of. We have this happening whether she's jumping or whether she's falling. Which makes sense initially, but the falling animation will trigger when you run off a platform's edge. So check this out. She gets a sudden burst of speed from doing that. So we don't want that. So I think we have to kind of code this a little differently. So we still haven't used value C of the run helper. So this is technically a run jump. We're going to grab it a little. So we are running. We jump. Facing left. And value C equals 0. Which means we're not run jump. At that point, we're going to ignore control. And set value C to 1. Okay, so if value C equals 1, we're facing left. We're going to push the player to the left. Get rid of the direction check up here. So this way we should be able to trigger the jump. Kept sliding, you get it. But we won't trigger that speed boost if we do it from falling. Yep, okay. Oh, that Taco Bell's it's bubbling. I'm telling you it's bubbling. I know that's gross, but get over it. Okay. Let's try this. The Laura player collides to the background, and C equals 1, which stands for the run jump. And we're going to set C to 0. And then we'll restore control. Let's see. Control came back, but she kept sliding. It only triggered when she hit that wall. Hitting the floor did not count. Interesting. Okay, let's try an extra event. So if we're run jumping and event, and we're playing the walking animation, we'll also try to bring us back. Same thing if we are playing the stopped animation. Okay, let's see if that will cover all our situations. I think that worked. That's working a little better. I might want to tweak how the physics works, because it still feels a little dinky. Let's get the opposite direction going. Add some inertia. That can be a little tricky in click and play, but I might try. Opposite. Should be able to do the long jump in both directions now. Bye, Jim Sticky. Thanks for joining us. About that. I'm testing this by doing the run, jumping, and letting go of the directions. And she keeps going, which is what I want. Can I long jump into a grab? Will that break anything? Kinda does. Hold on. Oh, that's what I was worried about. Okay. Yep, that's a problem. Okay. Exactly what I was worried about. Stuck in the wall. You can see the directions I'm pressing from the arrow. Yeah, see, I knew this wasn't a good way to do it. I knew forcing the movement, the positioning was not a good way to do it. The problem is in click and play, it's very hard to do anything else. Let me try something. Get rid of the X position thing, and let's do this. Movement. This is a test. This is not going to work. Set speed to 50. See what happens if we do that. I have a feeling it's not going to do anything we want it to. Nope. Makes it stop. Okay, try this. Set speed to 50 and look in that direction. Nope. Of course, that wouldn't make a difference. It doesn't make sense. If only we could, like, do... If only we could fake, like, the input pressing. That's the issue. We can't fake input pressing through to the built-in click-and-play movement. Try something here. If we reduce the push, does that make a difference? It's gonna make it a worse long jump, but just I feel like almost the issue is that it's not canceling the wall jump when we're close to the wall. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like forcefully long jumping us, even though we should be getting stopped because we're colliding with a wall. Left and right collision detectors to push her out of the wall. Yeah, that's true. I just really don't like doing that because it's messy, and there are going to be situations where we want to get Laura close to the wall so she can climb. Since it's buggy anyway, let me set this back to 6 or whatever I had it set to before. Wasn't that still buggy with Peter? Yeah. Those collision detectors are doing different things for Peter, but... I know, we want to make this simple. Don't... I'm trying to think. We're out of time today, so we really can't do anything else. But I'm trying to think right now, what's the simplest way we can fix this? Because I do want the commitment jumps in it. I don't want you to be able to reverse your jump or abandon the long jump midway. Should also have these events. I just thought of something. It doesn't seem to happen when we fall into the wall. It seems, as far as I can tell, to only happen when we are upward jumping, when the arrow on the green bar is going up. So here's what we should do. And I think this might work. I know we're out of time. Let me try this. We're going to make her stop running. No. You need to be able to continue running from a running jump. It doesn't make sense to stop her. I feel like what's happening is when we're run jumping into the wall, it's continuing to reactivate the run jump. Let me try this anyway. Hold on. Value. Set the run helper B to 0 to make him stop running. I don't think I want to do it this way, but let me check. See, that makes it so when you land your jump, your run jump, you stop running. But it also fixes the bug. Ugh. And that's such a simple way to do it, but the bug... that's annoying. You also kind of stop early from the ledge a bit when you're doing a run jump. Maybe we can fix that by making the fall, the grab points kind of larger. But if we do that, oh no, I mean that should be okay. Shit, I'm so annoyed that it's fixed when we do it this way, but then you stop running when you land your jump, which is no good. The problem is, in Klik and Play's built-in movement, colliding with the floor and colliding with the wall is the same thing. Laura stops after a jump in Tomb Raider. She doesn't. You can keep going. If only we could differentiate a wall collision and a floor collision. I could use bumpers to kind of detect a wall collision, so it doesn't happen when we're going to the floor. That might be what we try doing. I think we're going to try to use bumpers to detect a wall collision and differentiate that from a floor collision. That's probably what we're going to try doing. We're going to have to try that next time, though.
I'm better than you are. You can die now.
Okay. Power this sucker off.
Goodbye, stupid. We've had a lot of fun on your crappy computer. Please don't ever come back.
Don't have time for a freezer kill. We ran over. Alright, gamers. We have a really good start on that Laura thing. I already have an idea for how I'm going to approach the long jump problem. Laura will not have more complicated code than Peter. I promise. Once we have the long jump worked out, I'm pretty sure after that, like we already have ledge grabbing. We have walking. We're about to work out the details of the long jump. After that, what more do we need? Just shooting, right? And at that point, we can start working on the level, right? Maybe? That's all I can think of. Swimming? Swimming's easy. That won't be a problem. If we want to do swimming, we can do swimming. It's easy. We need to do swimming. So we can use the sound effect.
Right. Now I'd better take off these wet clothes.
Yeah. That'll be easy. That's not a big deal. Anyway. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Let's see, what day is it? I don't know what day it is. Tune in on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for another hour-long mini-stream where we suffer through Sonic Unleashed. Tune in Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern when we play some more Tomb Raider 2. Then tune in next Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern when we play some more Oblivion, followed by working more on our Click and Play game. Alright. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. What are these times in UTC plus? I don't fucking know. I don't know. Is my wait a sec on the right panel yet? Hold on. Debug this a little bit. Damn it. That's the Eastern times. That's the best I can do it. That's the best. I don't know any other times. I'm very dumb. I'm not very smart. I'm kind of stupid. I'm pretty dumb. I just am. Okay. Debug counters on screen. Anyway. I'm gonna go have a horrible bathroom time, followed by cooking delicious food. Hopefully in that order. Thanks for watching. At least be decent to somebody. Okay, let's grab a random image I have loaded. What do you think it is? I hope it's not offensive. Oh, that's not offensive. It's also not funny. How about this one? Nothing. How about this one? Ah. You excuse me, I have a date with this thing.